Hi, welcome back. This is the marking out and manufacturing of part number 5 of the electronic die. It's the solar cell support made from aluminium, in this case 1.5 thick. This is the solar cell that I'm using. I bought it back in 2006. I couldn't find any on eBay, but there is a site, css.ie. I'll link to it in the description. I don't support that site in any way. I have no affiliation to it. That's where I did find these solar panels. On eBay you can find probably better solar panels, but you do need to make sure that the solar panel and the motor match up in terms of voltage and current. Some information, there's no data sheet available for this, I couldn't find any anyway, but I do need to know the distance between these two holes. So what I'm going to do, and the way to do this, is measure the diameter of one of the screws, and in this case I'm getting 3mm, and then I get the distance from one side of the outside of the screw to the other. So in this case I'm getting 22.5, okay? So that's the total distance across, and I want to know the distance from center to center. So you subtract the diameter of one of the screws, so 3. So 19.5 is the distance between the centers of the two screws. I'm just going to take note of that here. And we can get ready to start marking it out. So I'm going to get the overall outside of the piece first of all. So we're told here that it is 140 wide. So I want to mark 140. Bottom left edge here is my base pointer datum. Mark 140. And the total height of the piece here I can see is 52 plus 16, which is 68mm. So I'm going to measure 68mm from the bottom corner here and mark that. I'm going to T-square those two marks. And everything outside of those two lines is now waste. I'll cut that off on the bench or the guillotine later on, which will mean that I don't have to file any edges. Okay, so we are going to need the holes here, and they're in the center. We already know it's 140 from one side to the other. So 70 is halfway, so I'm going to mark that now, and T-square line up the middle. I'll be using that line later on. I also have, these holes are all in the same circle, and these ones are all in the same line, and these holes are all in the same line. We're told it's 124 between the centers of those. So from the center line, they're 62 out. So that's a handy way to work it at the minute. So 62 on the center line here. Mark the end of the ruler and mark 124mm. And T-square both of those lines all the way up. Now while I'm in the center, I might as well get these 2 points as well. We're told over here on the right that it's 30 down for this horizontal line. So from the top line here, I'm going to measure 30mm down. T-square line across partially. And as we said, it's 19.5 between the centres. So half of 19.5 is 9.75. So I'm just going to do my best to mark that as accurately as possible. So I'm putting 50 on the centre line, and I'm going to mark across just short of 60 on this side and just short of 40 on this side. I'm going to be drilling 3.5 holes here, so hopefully there'll be enough play to work. If not, I can just use a file to clean it up. Punching those, we're going to be drilling them later on. Now for these circles up here. Now, we need the centre here for the fillets as well on all four corners. The radius is 8, so these must be 8 and 8. So I'm going to mark those two first. We'll be able to transfer all these measurements across to the other side. That's 8 millimeters. I'm just going to measure 8 down from this one. So we have those two. This top one is 25 down from the top line. So that's there. And the bottom one is down 40 from the top line. I'm going to mark 30. Now I'm going to transfer all of those measurements over to the other line using my T-square. And now I want to punch all of those because I'm either going to be drilling or using them for centre immediately. Almost done. Now we just need to draw the fillets on the four corners. They're all radius 8, so 8 on the dividers. And draw the 4 fillets. And that's it complete. Okay, so next stage is drilling. So these two are 3.5 and the 4 outside corner ones are 3.5. I'm actually going to drill these 3.5 first of all as well. They'll act as pilot holes then for the larger drill bits. 6s in this case, 10s in this. After that, just cut off the excess material around here with the guillotine and then file down the corners, and finally bend the piece, and we're told here it's 110 degrees. Just before I started drilling here, I recognised that I didn't actually put the bend line in when I was marking it out. I was concentrating too much on the holes, obviously. So there's a bend line here for 110 degrees and it's 16 high from the bottom, and it's no problem to add it in. I'm just going to measure 16 up from the bottom here somewhere. Put a little mark and then T-square line across at that mark. So there was no real issue with having it left out. It's very simple to put it in, but obviously marking something out the whole time is probably the best idea. Right, let's get on to filing this piece and then we can bend it. So we want to clamp our piece in place. So we put the line that we want to bend on the line that's the join here that's going to bend as well. Take your time to set it accurately. And then bend it up until the guide stops you. And there we go, we've got a 70-degree bend on our piece. Or sorry, 110 degrees. So that's that piece completed. That's all of the parts completed as well. So in the next video I'm going to be doing the design thing. We have to design a disc and a pointer. Also all of these parts I'm going to remove the blue, polish the edges, smooth everything out, do some spray painting, etc. and we'll do all that in the next one. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.